Testing. There we go. I don't have an intro. Don't have the fancy. I just forgot to do it. It's fine. I'm tempted to just call them the Yankees because they kind of are the Yankees. New York Coliseum. Just for real, how much? It's cloudy. Just a bit. There we go. Make sure to. Alright. Some technical stuff. We're ready to go. Enjoy the ball game. Welcome to the New York Coliseum, home of the New York Knights and the New York Sailors, as the Knights are going to host the Vancouver Grizzlies. And Eugenio Suarez, 385 batting average in the last 6 games for the Knights. 26 at-bats, 8 runs, a homer, 3 RBIs, 385 batting average, 945 OPS. So, see how he does in today's contest versus the Vancouver Grizzlies. Game 2 of a 3-game series, the Knights and the Grizzlies. First pitch in just a moment. Stick around. Yu Darvish taking them out for the New York Knights. Glad to have you tuning in on this Monday night for some Monday Night Baseball. So the Knights, Yu Darvish has started 3 games this season. 1-1 record, 64 innings pitched, 3.86 ERA, 1.87 WHIP, 12 strikeouts, 16.2 strikeout rate, 9.5% walk rate. We'll see how he does. And his first batter will be Jose Iglesias for the Vancouver Grizzlies. And they're all the way to downtown Manhattan for the 3-game series. They won the game yesterday as there's a pop fly right to the pitcher. Darvish to make the catch, and there's 1 down on 1 pitch for the Knights. Jose Iglesias, Miguel Sanchez. They do have Jose Altuve, Robin Ventura, Spencer Jones, Samuel McKnight. They have an interesting lineup here. Here's Miguel Sanchez for the Grizzlies. Top of the first, 1 down. And then a slider there from Darvish, just a bit low there for ball 1. And that slider, I think Sanchez was expecting, when he saw the slider, he was expecting the same direction, then it actually wouldn't strike. And he fouls that one off, 1-2. So the Knights, really good start so far. They're 8-5, but they did lose yesterday to the Grizzlies. Chase that one on a slider for strike 3 with 2 down. Decent crowd here on a Monday night. See the New York Knights. Here's Jose Altuve, 296 batting average. About the start you'd expect from him. One fouled off. It's one of the few games with a shorter. I'm sure it's still high enough that you can't see the fans. You can't see the fans there. The 0-1 count to Jose Altuve, the shortest player in baseball, 5'6". Swung and a miss, 0-2. Jarvis going to try and get out of this inning for the Knights. Another 0-2 pitch. Slider outside, 1 and 2. Jarvis' slider. He has a tendency to. Is a bit. He struggles with controlling this line. Lined right at first, run at the bag, and that's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first. We're still scoreless. After the top of the first, no runs, no hits. Coming in is to start for the Grizzlies today is Tink Hentz. One in a record 10.2 innings pitched for 4.22 ERA, 1.5 WHIP, 9 strikeouts, 18% strikeout rate, 10.4% walk rate. We'll see how he does for the Grizzlies, and his first batter will be O'Neal Cruz. And here's his first pitch.
1-0.
Oh, yeah. He botched that curveball to start off. So the Grizzlies with a 7-inning record so far this season in the Northwest Division, in the Western Conference, in the National Baseball League.
2-1.
Decent start, but they are losing their share of games as well. That's 2-1 to Cruz. Be lined. Oh, it gets past him. I thought he had that to get past Robin Ventura on third base, and O'Neal Cruz is safe. I don't know what happened there. So he hits it down that third base line. They don't really show it. I can't really go to replay, but it bounced. It looked like it bounced off of Ventura, up and over his head. That was just strange. Ball 1 to Spencer Steer. He's in left field for the Knights. 380 batting average, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs so far. Knights already with 1 aboard. Maybe he can capitalize on that. He swung on a hit by pitch. So it's 1-1. So if you swing on a hit by pitch, that nullifies it. And it's just a strike. Whenever a pitcher comes, you do not swing. He takes a fight of 2-1. Good on him. And it's fouled off. Right field line. He's a catch round number 1. There's 1 down. So the Knights. 1 down already, so there's their lineup. They got a lot of big names. A lot of big names. This almost feels like they got Bryce Harper, which the Yankees wanted Bryce Harper, by the way. Sort of. The Yankees, everybody except the actual management wanted Bryce Harper on the Yankees, including Bryce Harper himself. But now he's in Philly, they treat him like gold down there. In Major League Baseball. But in the NBL, he's in New York. Playing for the Yankees equivalent. Foul sinker, it's 0-2. And this nice team, they have a lot of big names. It does almost have a Yankee feel to it. But that's what the Yankees do. They go acquire big names basically whenever they can. They'll pay all the money. There's 1, there's 2, and that ends the inning. So we head to the second, and we're still scoreless after 1. Say the Grizzlies infielders there. 1 and 2. Here's Samuel McKnight for the Vancouver Grizzlies. 268 batting average, 960 OPS, 4 homers, and 6 RBIs. So I do expect this to be a close game, even a close series. 580 .585 slugging percentage for McIntyre, so. Line to base hit. That one's going to bounce all the way to the warning track and off the wall. That'll be a leadoff double for Samuel McKnight. And nobody out. Just his second double of the season. I'm surprised that's only his second. We're 2.5 weeks into this. About. It's only your second double. He's got good numbers too. That just surprised me. Here's Robin Ventura for the Grizzlies. 265 batting average, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 762 OPS. This sinker ranks 101. Sometimes when you're early in the count, it is probably smart to take pitches you can't swing at. Even if they end up being strikes, because on the chance that they're balls. There's a fly ball from Ventura! That came out of nowhere! Back she goes! Goodbye! Home run! A 2-run blast for Robin Ventura! And the Vancouver Grizzlies have a 2-0 lead. That's a great start for Vancouver here in this ball game after winning yesterday against the Knights. Ventura in the second with nobody out, just a perfect, like, right down the middle on that pitch, and he smoked it into the right field seats. 2-0 Vancouver. And fouled off by Spencer Jones. And Yu Darvish, on the last play, he's clutching his hamstring. He will need to be removed from the game. He could be out for a few days or a few weeks. See if it's a grade 1 or grade 2 tear. So let's see who they bring in. That's not good for the Knights. They'll bring in Ryan Stanek. He's only came in one time this year. And Yu Darvish's injury. See how they handle this. I'm interested to see. When something's wrong, you know it's wrong. As Jones strikes out swinging, first day for Ryan Stanek. Top of the second, with a slider, it's 0-1. Four RBIs for Chris Newell, who's at the plate. He flinched on that slider, which he swung. If he did swing it, he would have swung too late. Now is when you attack the zone, since he needs to stay alive in the count. Four-seamer is 1-2, just upstairs. Basically, the skill is fouling off fastballs, fouling off pitches, any pitch that's to the zone on a 2-strike count. At a base of the four-seamer. As long as you hit it and get a piece of it, no matter what area of foul territory it goes, you're fine. Four-seamer, it's 2-2, and you also gotta control yourself to not swing at a pitch that is off the plate, or too high or too low. Got a piece of that right about the half point of his bat. The inside pitches, you will have a tendency to hit them closer to your handle on your bat just because of the location of the pitch. 3-2 the count. Chris Newell doing a good job here. Spencer Torkelson is next on deck. Full count to Newell. Stanek's gonna want to try and get out of this here. and a four-seamer and ball four in the upper outside corner, and Noel will walk. So he's aboard for the Vancouver Grizzlies, wrong team. And here's Spencer Torkelson. It's Fireface. This is like a picture. This is a batter. You kind of have a slight thing in your mind. Just 2 RBIs, no homers. Stanley's gonna hope he doesn't give up at Torkelson's first home run. Throw back to Noel, called safe. I feel like I didn't even do it intentionally to the Knights. It almost fits there. The same mold of like the New York Yankees of we need to be the best, we need to win, we need to do whatever it takes. Because they have a ridiculous amount of good players. They got Bryce Harper, O'Neal Cruz on the same team. And they have Yu Darvish, but we don't know what just happened. I don't know. I am not familiar with their pitching staff, so I couldn't tell you every pitcher on almost any team. I couldn't tell you. Thanks. Found it. Off 1-2 to Torkelson. This may or may not be a tough out for Stanek. He's struggling to get outs. We're gonna miss a wild pitch. We're gonna go into second, and the throw is gonna be way late. It wasn't very much on target either. He had to run over to get it, as you saw. He had to run over, go about 3 or 4 steps to his right, and then reach out just to make the catch. Didn't give him enough time to get back to make the tag, as here is Joey Bart. There's that four-seamer in the upper outside corner for strike 1. And tonight, the challenge is going to be pitching. Who are they going to have to pitch? Because I'm guessing they don't want to try and use 5 relievers or something, some ridiculous number like that. I'm guessing they don't want to do that because that would tire out your entire lineup. So who do you go for? That's going to be the whole thing with the Knights in this game, since the main guy, Yu Darvish, is out. Down off 0-2 because it seems like they want to just do a reliever base. I don't know what you do, because I think their goal would be use just the relievers. There's 1-2 to the other dark. Sometimes there's this thing I didn't even know this was a thing, but it's not that common. It's called an opener. It's when they start a reliever and pitch for the 4 innings, and that's it. And we head to the middle of the second as he struck out there on a bunt. Ventura with a 2-run blast. 2-0 Vancouver. So leading off for the New York Knights is Bryce Harper. Out of the second. Perfect hit on the first pitch he sees to lead off the second inning. A perfect swing for Bryce Harper, and there's one on for the Knights. Perfect swing. Right up the middle for a leadoff single, and coming to the plate will be Eugenio Suarez, who's had a really fantastic last 6 games with a 385 batting average, 269 batting average overall, 3 homers and 8 RBIs for 770 OPS, so 385 batting average in his last 6 games. So I do have confidence he'll get on base multiple times today. Another one from Hens. 101 just on the lower outside corner. 279. He's not that far from 300, so something to keep track of. One on a sinker. It's 1-2. 2-0 Vancouver. You're not gonna miss, and I got him for strike 3. 1-0 the count. You actually have my dinner here, so yeah, you might be hearing me eating some food. That's just part of the deal. Counts 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch, there's a high fly ball out towards center field. How far will this go? Back on the track, and he'll run and make the catch. Throw back to second. We'll keep Harper on first. And there's 2 down. Here's JG Romanuccio. Right, no, nice diving play. And that's out number 3, and we head it to the 3rd. Altuve with a diving play to end the inning. 2-0 Grizzlies.
Leading off, shortstop,
Jose Iglesias.
Yes.
And I'll take strike 1.
Ball.
That's 1-1.
1 strike.
And once you get to the mid-3rd, I'm going to take a quick, really short break. So, yeah. Maybe like 5 minutes. I'll be quick. Counts 1 and 2 to Iglesias. Swing and a miss to the 4-seamer upstairs for strike 3. I believe that's his 2nd strikeout, but could be misremembering that. Good strike 1. He swings for 0-2 to Sanchez. And the pitch. 4-seamer just angled just a bit up there, 1-2. And 1-2. Pop fly. You can try and get under it. Yes, you will. And there I'll make the catch, and there's 2 down.
now batting, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
So Altuve, believe either struck out or grounded out his first time. He'd make a good play at second base to end the 2nd inning. 1-0 count. Another pitch and 4-seamer with 1-1 the count.
Ball 2.
You don't want his 4-seamers, he's angling. He's not angling them. His placing's a bit off. He's gonna need to get a bit of back. There's a base hit in to right center field. This one's gonna roll all the way to the wall. And going to second, and he'll stop there. So a 2-out double for Jose Altuve. I think he could have tried for extra. for a triple if he wanted to, but he bumped the brakes on at second base. Top of the third, there's a fly into center field. Cruz on it, and he'll make the catch, and then on the third inning, come back after a short break. Alright, I am back. Just had to deal with something. Alright, so Gallimaya broke out of a 1-18 slump with a 2-hit performance against the Anchors. Emiliano Rodriguez strikes out in his MLB debut, NBL debut. Ends with an extra winning over the New Orleans Gators down south.
Nope, that's off the plate.
The sinker for ball one. For Pavin Smith. He's definitely got to get that batting average up. He needs to get on base more. And the 1-1.
That's the ball.
Nice changeup at 85. I think the speed change got him there. And then fouled that one for strike 2.
Count's full.
Slider. Struggle to find the zone with that slider. That'll be a tapper right through center field. Oh, he's not going to get to it. That'll be a lead-off base hit for Pavin Smith, and the Knights have one duck on the pond in the bottom of the third. Here's Michael Bush. He's the agent today for the Knights. The St. Louis Cardinal. No, Chicago Cubs. And he'll want a base hit into the gap, and there's 2 on. Back-to-back hits for the Knights. Here in the third, maybe they'll break things open. For their team, at least. Here's Cruz, probably at a really good time for New York. Cruz here, if he wants to help his team, this is the time to get a hit. This is the time, because then he can probably at least bring one run. He's going to try and that could potentially get the Knights on the board. Gonna be a tapper. Oh, he dropped it. And the bases are loaded. bad news for the Grizzlies here. He's appealing and then completely missed the ball there. Giving time for Cruz to make it to first and everyone to be safe. With nobody out. Here's Spencer Steer.
No, that's a ball.
Here's a slider. For ball one.
Hey! Ball.
I think he was expecting that single to drop low, so he just took it. Bad pitch there for ball two.
Oh, that's inside.
3-1. I think Kent's struggling to stay in the zone. Line. There's one. And the Knights are on the board. And the bases are still loaded. They didn't even get an out in that play. He didn't touch the bag. He did not touch the bag after he made the catch. There's go to first. Look, off the base. That allows Cruz to slide in safely. 2-1 New York. 2-1 Vancouver. So the Grizzlies, their infielding is struggling here. They cannot. It's like a whole discipline thing. You need. It's like a habitual thing. You practice this day in, day out, day in, day out. Keep staying on the base when you're making those plays. In first and second base. That's where you gotta do it the most. And the 0-2. So I'm going to be a tapper. There's one. There's two, but the game is tied at 2. Steer with an RBI sacrifice. With a sacrifice thing. I don't even know what to call that. A sacrifice grounder to tie the game. Is that Cruz on third? Yeah, it is. So, the Grizzlies two-run blast erased here in the third because of some bad fielding. Bryce Harper taps that 1-1 the count. The one that'll be a tapper. Diving play and the throw will be in time. That will finally end the inning, but not before the New York Knights erase the 2-run lead.
Leading things off, third baseman, number 23.
And here is Robin Ventura. He hit a homer his first at bat. And that's what gave the Grizzlies a 2-0 lead, which has just been erased. Ashby, that guy, warming up with the for racing. Warming up with the bullpen. A perfect base hit in the left center field. That one's gonna roll to the wall. It'll be a leadoff double for Robin Ventura. Grizzlies have Ventura aboard after a leadoff single. Spencer Jones, if he can get a hit as well, that'd be, and that'll be a grounder. And there's one down, but Ventura he advanced to third. So here's Chris Newell, top of the fourth.
No, that's a ball.
Smart thing to take that fastball outside for ball one. Knights fans unhappy that it wasn't called a strike, but that was a ball. That was a ball. Fly ball into the stands, foul. And it's 1-1. And the count's 1-2. And then it only fouled off in the corner. Stays 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Mike Stanek overestimated that fastball a bit. And Newell smokes one to deep center field. There it goes behind the batter's eye. And the Vancouver Grizzlies lead. It's 4-2. Newell with his first National Baseball League home run. .485 feet. Oh my goodness. 485, an absolute bomb behind the batter's eye. Are you holy smokes. That is some arm strength. And they should have usually what they would do is leave the dugout. They stay there and just pretend, oh hey, yeah, you exist again. They should have left the dugout because that's the tradition. As there's strike one to Spencer Torkelson. But for Chris Newell's first home run to be a 485-foot bomb behind the batter's eye, there's a looper that'll drop for a hit, and Torkelson with a hit of his own with one down. So Joey Bart's next. This is the thing with keeping both when you're starting it. This is the thing with doing like a reliever mindset, is that these guys are not built to last. This is not their strength. 2-0 the count. So after a bit, they're gonna start giving stuff up. It's kind of a whole risky to play when things like this happen. I was a bit late for a foul ball call, but still called foul. The pitch will be gonna pitch that one. There it goes out towards left field. It's on the track. Able to make the catch. Long throw. Keeping the runner on first. Mr. Torkelson. The Grizzlies look late here, as here's Jose Iglesias to restart the order. Has it got a hit today? They're just being a bit conservative, a little too conservative. He's not swinging. See? That one you should, that was a bit understandable not to swing at that. That was a bit upstairs, upper inside corner there.
One ball, two straight.
He swung in a bad slider, 1 and 2. Repeats that one foul. Stays 1 and 2. Strike 3 called, and that ends the inning. We're at the bottom of the 4th. Here's Eugenio Suarez. The Knights pitching staff are really struggling there defensively.
Ball one.
Another slider in it for ball 1. Good job on Suarez's part to just take the pitch. Which pitches like that, those are ones like rookies or even some experienced players. They swing and miss on those like curveballs that just they curve outside the zone like that. Only 2-1. Flying is 3-1 the count. And one from Hans. And scribble just enough to be called a ball. To count 3 and 2. Ball 4 and a slider. Something must be off with his pitching because he is struggling to hit the zone today. He is struggling. Here's Marcus Simeon. 0 for 1 today. Sinker for strike 1. These pitchers, what I'm seeing here is they're drifting. I think maybe it's something in his hips. One's called strike 3. You swung on it. No. No. He swung on that. That wasn't okay. 1 and 2 to Simeon. They're both have foul. 1 and 2. These pitches, they're. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's part of the way he pitches, but he's kind of like he's not pitching a quarter. Grounded to short. There's one. Double play. Got him. Hunter, a struggling second inning, and they're just 2 innings later. They're easily able to turn the double play here. Good job by the Grizzlies infielders. Here's JT Romuto. Again on the slider there. It's costing him balls. So he's got to pitch accordingly. Either learn how to undo that, make it so you...
That's the ball.
Good job.
2 balls, no strike.
Yeah, he's struggling with hitting the zone. I can see it. Another pitch. Going right past him up the middle. And Romuto's aboard for the Knights. And I'm bring. They bring Pavin Smith representing the tying run to the plate. Which the Knights kind of want. We'll see if I can undo the 2-run blast again. by, what's his name? Oh my, what did I have written? What is his name? He get a two-run. They gotta undo that two-run homer. So, the tapper towards short. There's that throw. Oh, he dropped it. He's safe. Bad mistake by Spencer Torkelson. 2-on, 2 out. And the Grizzlies struggling to end the inning. Here's Michael Bush, the DH, batting last. Interesting decision to put him last despite him being Michael Bush. I just, right, this is a good time. Just, if you can get ahead, it'd just be good for the Knights. Line base hit, run around third. Oh, he can handle it. He will score. It's a one-run game. And with another run score. No. So Bush with a big RBI single here at the bottom of the fourth. Make it a one-run game. Again, the Grizzlies, now this time it's the outfield. Screwing them over. He just completely mishandled it. He just kind of, it bounced off his glove, and he was not very hesitant to pick it up and get it back. One, is that a drop? Yes, it will for another base hit, and this will tie the game. The throw will be safe. We're tied, 4-4. O'Neal Cruz with another RBI single, and there's runners on the corners. This one, not much they could have done. Guys, a harder throw. Only all you could do. So then it's falling apart. And they run another two-run homer just like that. They're just matching the Grizzlies here. Spencer Steer at the plate. Runners on the corners. Who was on last time, but the bases loaded and couldn't get a hit. Do another catch of Steer. 187, whatever that's it. His batting average. No, it was not his batting average. Perfect and in the center field, and the Knights will take the lead. It's 5-4. Another RBI single. The Knights with Spencer Steer, and they just keep on rolling here, hit after hit. There's nothing to. What do you do? All they had to do is pull 10 Kents. So now they're going to keep him in. This night's been disastrous. Of course, Seager, watch it. Actually, if I were him, I'd be scared after giving up all that, and then Corey Seager with this kind of crowd energy here at the New York Coliseum. If I was Tim Kent, I'd be shaking because I'd be worried about getting yelled at by my coach after. 1-1 count. Seager with 2 on, 2 out. And a fly ball. Out towards center field. How deep is it gonna go? From the track, it's at the wall. It's gone! A 3-run homer for Corey Seager. It's 8-4. The New York Knights refusing to end this inning. And Seager crushes this ball to deep center field. And New York is sending a message to the Grizzlies in this series. And yeah, finally they're going to pull 10 Kents. I don't know why they didn't pull the plug sooner. I could see this coming. I saw that coming. Finally, they'll take him off, bring in Chris Roycroft. Last year he played 27, he came in 27 games. In the MLB, 1-2 record, 1 hole, 34 innings pitched. We'll see how he does. He's not an easy first batter, Bryce Harper.
Nope. Oh,
It's almost had a Yankees type. Their team structure is similar to the New York Yankees, because it's homer heavy. They have all the guys who are known for hitting absolute bombs. Bryce Harper, Corey Seager, and only Cruz. And torched it foul. Again, for half a second I thought that was a home run. The Knights' offensive overload in this game. That's part of their thing. The Toronto Huskies somewhat too, although they're in much bigger numbers than their record. They'll have 60 runs and they'll lose 3 in a row. That's the Toronto Huskies for you. AKA the Reds. They're basically the Reds in the NBL, because the Reds have had multiple 15-plus homer games, and they embarrass themselves in the very next game. It's weird. Or in the next series, even. 2-2 the count to Bryce Harper. The Knights refusing to end this inning.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2 the count. It's not looking. This is going. These are the type of innings that will haunt the media. Strike 3. Finally, Harper retired, and that finally ends the inning. A lot of runs for the Knights, and it's capped off with a 3-run bomb from Corey Seager. 8-4, New York. Coming in for the New York Knights is going to be Aaron Ashby. Came in 3 times this season. 2.25 innings pitched. 2-6 against righties, 1-43 against lefties. We'll see how he does. He's going to face Miguel Sanchez. So and the Knights, now they have a cushion, thanks to Corey Seager. Now they have to, they have that 4-run lead, they have to guard it with their life. Circle changeup, got a piece of that one. 0-2. They need to focus on the ball, focus on getting the out in the fastest way possible. So they'll change up when it's 1-2, and you also need Ashby here to get those strikeouts. Since the Knights, their starter went down, they're gonna have to rely on bullpen pitchers. It's gonna be a bit hard. It's gonna work against them. But they have to find a way out. 12 o'clock curve, and it's 2-2. The Grizzlies uniforms, by the way, probably could. A number probably would have helped. They're great jerseys, though. For the two on Brown. Swing and a miss to the circle changeup, and Sanchez strikes out swinging. First K for Aaron Ashby. There's 1 down. Here's Jose Altuve. Vancouver. If they lose this game. 7. You hear that? I pop up. Shallow center. 2 down. Marcus Simeon would make it the catch. Never saying the jazz. I love it. I mean, overrated. Yeah, fair. That is fair for basically almost any star. You could. Jose Altuve, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge. Somewhat Carlos Stanton, somewhat. Mostly Yankee media. And so on too. Ellie De La Cruz is another one. Paul Skeens. All of them. The media loves them to death. Another 2. Circle change up. Foul. I guess you can throw Tatis there as well. Fernando Tatis Jr. They're all. So yeah, you can almost make that for anybody. And if he's an Astro, it's even more so. Jose Altuve is a Houston Astro. We all know why. Therefore, yeah, we all know why you hate. We all hate the Astros. There's a fly ball out towards left center field, going towards the porch. It is gone. Goodbye, home run, Samuel McKnight with a solo blast. 441 feet on that homer, and the Knights lead has been reduced to 3. It's 8-5. Right to that porch in left center field, and you can watch that baby fly. Yep. Going. You can just see it just kept on going. Just shy of actually going. It dropped right in front of the porch. Probably just about a foot or two shy. 2 or 3 more feet, and that thing's right onto that porch. So Vancouver, can that spark that solo blast from Samuel McKnight spark something? We will see.
That's a ball.
A bad circle change up, and it's 1-1. The Knights here. Not to sound the alarm bells from a Knight's perspective, though. But from a Knight's perspective, there just should be a slight bit of concern. This the whole challenge with this. You can't overwork these pitchers, because then they start to give up bombs and stuff. The goal is to give up as little as possible to make it easy on the fielders. Chance for Aaron Ashby to get out of it. Pop fly. Down the right field line, but will it go into the stands? And not into the stands, but it's a good drop of the warning track. Foul. Unable to get there in time was the Knights right fielder. And lined right at the seats. Full count to Robin Ventura here. Ashby struck. Gonna try and get out of this one. It's a little long inning. 20 seconds left. Starting with a swing and roll outside corner. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Samuel McKnight with a solo blast into left center. It's 8-5. Here's Eugenio Suarez. 0 for 1 plus a walk, so. And swung the rest of the fire. Swung. That was it. I think he swung a little too early. Flyer is 1-1. No one shot foul. 1-2. And Suarez throws there for strike 3. 1 down. There's Marcus Semien at the plate for the Knights. We'll see what if he can get a hit. His batting average has been solid. He's getting on base. But today he's been blank. 3-time All-Star Marcus Semien. We'll see. Hitting the front. I mean, more runs will never hurt, obviously, but the defense is probably their main concern as far as this game goes. Because probably for going forward, their bullpen, their pitching staff. Because what do you do without? So, because for them, it's like losing Garrett Cole basically. So we're gonna miss it a 4-seamer and it's 2-2. Or a crowd with a nice beer. Flyer foul 2-2. Eventually, after enough pitches, it starts to become basically a battlefield. Swing and a miss with a slider, 2 down for Roycroft and the Grizzlies.
Now batting.
It's JT Romeo Towles. Here's ball 1. Start off Romeo's at bat. Four seamer. Feel like he is throwing just almost a bit random. He's staying low in the zone. Hasn't thrown a strike to Romeo yet. At least not this at bat. The 3-0. Or Seamer. Right down Broadway, 3-1. Flying the count's full. Swung and a miss on a four-seamer. He misunderstood the path of that fastball and ends the inning. Here's Spencer Jones, the center fielder for Vancouver. The Grizzlies. Top of this. They're trailing. They got some work to do here. It's going to be about, as there's Honeycutt and got one up at the Ninth bullpen. So see if it probably one of. My guess is going to be Honeycutt. That's going to be my guess is who they bring in after Ashby finishes his night. As it's 1-1 to Spencer Jones. So the Grizzlies, it's in reach. Can you replicate what they did in the last inning? Throw to first, and as Jones is retired, and there's one down. Chris Noel had a 2-run blast into the 4th inning. His last at bat. The tapper. Go to first, 2 down. We got some back-to-back pitches, and here is Spencer Torkelson. So we can get out Torkelson at this at bat. And he swung he swung a bit early, and a bit under that pitch. There's a fly ball out towards right center field. That'll drop. Goodbye. Home run. 8-6. The concern for the Knights is on now. As Vancouver's, they're really starting to threaten a comeback. Back-to-back innings with a solo home run. Torkelson. He got set, was ready, timed it perfectly, and just absolutely demolished it. Surprised he didn't hit 100 miles an hour on the exit velo of that pitch. No one counted to Joey Bart. Surprised he hasn't got a hit today.
Ball, outside.
That one's tapped, it's a foul ball, 1-2.
2-2.
And the circle change if I think he misfired it. Because it went just a little lower than any pitcher would like. Got off 2-2. The Grizzlies, they are very close. They just need to keep it up. Ashby gonna try and get out of it. The 2-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Slider 3-2. Another pitch.
Take your base.
Four-seamer unable to strike them out. Ball 4. And the inning continues. As he's aboard. Here is Jose Iglesias. Balls in the dirt, 1-0. Keeps the runner on first. No one. Grounded towards there, long throw to first, that'll end the inning. So the Knights get out of it, but not before the solo blast from Spencer Torkelson. It's 8-6. So here's Pavin Smith for New York.
Up.
The Flyers have seen 0-1. So Carpenter and Mark Leiter Jr. warming up in the Grizzly bullpen. It's going to be about, can the Knights answer back? Because then if they can answer back with some more runs, that would essentially shift the goalposts back in the Knights' favor. Because right now, I mean, they have the lead, but the momentum is not in their favor right now because they've given up solo blast in 2 innings in a row offensively. Now they need their bats to save them. Because at the rate they're going,
1-2.
they're going to lose this ball game. Listen, there's a grounder towards third. And there's out number 1 as Pavin Smith is retired. Here's Michael Bush. So strike 1 there to Bush. 316 batting average. He's 2 for 2, so. And the Knights, they need offense, which after the 3-run blast, it's been sparse. So because in the Grizzlies are rapid. I shouldn't say rapidly, but they're slowly they're just encroaching bit by bit on that deficit, and they worked it to just a 2-run deficit with back-to-back home runs. They need a response. Got off 2-2. Bush staying alive on his at bat. Slider, and it found 2-2. Swinging a miss at a 2-seam fastball upstairs. 2 down. Here's Neil Cruz. And yeah, foul off the same pitch for strike 1. He was 0 for 5 yesterday. Probably it helps explain their loss. If you don't get this guy, if this guy doesn't get a hit in a ball game, it's going to be tougher for the Knights to win. There's a good chunk of their runs scored. It's done for. Swing and a miss and a pinch at the top of the zone. We head to the 7th. 8-6 Knights.
Now pitching. Number 40.
So I was right. They'll bring in Rick Honeycutt, which the New York Knights. 33% trigger rate and 3.1 innings pitched. And we'll see how he does. Here's Miguel Sanchez.
No ball.
And there's strike one. And on the bench. Bit on that fork ball, 0-2. Right back at Honeycutt. Oh, I don't think he's going to get in. Yes, he will get in time. One down. Here's Altuve. Getting set for his at-bat. What is that? Okay, that's better. And he lines one down the line. And that one's going to go all the way to the corner track and the wall. And that'll be another double just in time for Jose Altuve. His second double today. That thing was very... He hit that one very hard. And if it were in the right field, he probably wouldn't have been able to get a triple. Counts 1-0. Jimmy McKnight did hit a home run earlier. Nice and a fork ball, so he struggled with the fork ball too. Might be one of Rick Honeycutt's strengths here. Tapper, foul going right back at the pitcher. It's 1-2. Just got it on the corner on a fork ball, which he kept himself alive in the count, so that's something. Nobody's been able to hit the fork ball. When they were lined right at third, and then the throw. And there's two down. I have no idea that's some weird run there, but weird movement on first. The first baseman, here's Robin Ventura.
One ball, no strike.
The 1-0 count to Ventura. He had a 2-run blast as well. Well, there's been quite a few Grizzlies home runs today, but just the one Knights home run. With a fly ball out towards center field. This one running. Cruz going back. It's on the track. It's on the wall. And goodbye home run. Right to the center field batter's eye. Ventura's got 2 homers in this ball game. 4 on the season. And the Vancouver Grizzlies, I believe they're within a run. Just the way he hit that ball. No, they've tied the game. It's a 2-run blast. 31.9 degree launch angle. 455 projected distance. So they've tied the game at 8. Big news for the Vancouver Grizzlies. They've We're down 8-4. They've chipped away at it. And they're at the summit. Now they just gotta get over the top. So it's 0-2 and Spencer Jones.
1 ball, 2 strike.
And it's 1-2. I told you that not having to rely on bullpen pitchers was going to absolutely destroy them, and it absolutely has. Well, there's a base hit for Spencer Jones. There's one on for Vancouver. And they're going to call out Rick Honeycutt. Here's Trevor Gott for the Knights. Look at still Aaron Boone. So, Chris Newell to the plate. And Trevor Gott coming in to pitch. He's trying to get out of this mess that the Knights have got into. Grizzlies, they had their struggles early on because their fielding was just has been not great. In this game has just been an absolute mess. But it's been a fun ball game.
No, that's a ball.
Sinker ends 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Right now it's anybody's ball game. Sinker ends 1-2. Knights are up to 8-4. Basically, just defensively, they've imploded as it was a throwback to first to end the inning. So the New York Knights get out of it, but not before a 2-run blast from Robin Ventura, and the game is tied at 8. Coming in is Aroldis Chapman, Vancouver Grizzlies. Here's Aroldis Chapman. 6 games started so far. Here's Spencer Steer. Well, 6 games he came in. And this is a perfect time for Chapman to come in. Perfect storm for the New York Knights. And so the pitcher goes down. They don't really have to rely on relievers, so. And then Robin Ventura with 2 home runs. And one of them tying the ball game, and now Aroldis Chapman's coming in. The Knights, it's just been a disaster. Even when there is bright spots. Basically, after like the 4th or 5th inning, the Knights offense, after the 3-run blast, they just went silent. Swing and a miss, and he got Spencer Steer, 1 down. Chapman, he's considered a freak of nature. It's going to be an interesting battle between these two. We got the 3-run blast earlier. He'll take that four-seamer 99. Remember, he's 37. He could still easily get into triple digits. Look, same pitch. Ball 2. He's gonna vary up his pitches.
3 balls, no strike.
3-2. Banks does help. Although it doesn't really look as wicked as his actual batting stance. It looks his actual batting stance is a lot more wicked looking. Ball 4 and a walk, Corey Seager. Here's Bryce Harper. Quarter for ball 1. Knights have grounded into 3 double plays today. There's a fly ball out towards left field. This one going back. No, it's going to bounce and drop off the wall. Harper with a double. Runner going to third. Is he going to go for home? No, he won't. He'll stop at third. So Bryce Harper with his second double of the season. And the Knights have a bit of hope. Finally, they've got a bit of offense. Late in the ball game. Harper on this perfectly timed and a well placed swing. He's able to get that ball all the way to the wall. Just in the base hit, and they've got get the lead back. Only thing is there is still time. Quite a bit of time left. Tapper. Oh, he's going to get past him for a base hit, and the Knights are going to take the lead. It's 9-8. Another run, and will make it 10-8 for the New York Knights. And this crowd is really hyped. Just when you thought the Knights could have been done, they yell back at you with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Marcus Semien with one on and 1 out. He takes that 4-seamer at 98 miles an hour. And I tell you, this Roman Chapman, it looks so. It's not usually you can play. It's not realistic. It's almost like I get it because he has such a unique batting stance. It honestly looks like a normal batting stance. It doesn't look like Chapman, not his pitching stance. It doesn't look like the way he pitches. It looks like a normal pitcher. He has that weird thing where he has that really high leg kick, and then he almost like torques his body in a weird way. It results in ridiculously fast pitches. Fly ball out towards right field. Not too deep. He's in order to make the catch at the track, and there's 2 down. And the runner stays on first for the Knights. Here's JT. 1 for 3 to Graves. Romanizzo with a single and a run scored. Knights back in front, 10-8.
Yo, that's a ball. 1 ball, no strike.
And so now they've reset the goalposts. They got a 2-run lead. Now they got to defend it.
Yes.
Splitter, and it's 1-1.
1 strike.
It honestly looks like they nerfed Aroldis Chapman in this game.
2-1.
Because that's not what his. I keep saying spring, but they've nerfed his pitching stance. Because that is not how he pitches. 2-2 on that call. His pitching stance, he contorts his body in such a unique way. Because this looks more cookie cutter. It looks like almost anybody else. Swing and a miss and a 4-seam fastball, and that ends the 7th. Not before the Knights score 2 runs. 10-8, New York. Peter Spencer Torkelson. There's a home run that he hit. So he's a batter. Scott's got to be careful with line foul. You can see even on the pitch that wasn't on that cutter. He's got to be very, very careful here.
No, that's high.
High 1-1. But don't be too careful that you're afraid to throw in the zone. Romero and Miguel will run up in the Knights' bullpen. We'll see if this game goes to extra innings. Currently the top of the 8th. Nobody out. Nobody on either. And it's 1-2 to Spencer Torkelson. Swing and a miss to the curveball outside the zone. Strike 3 called. And there's one down. This Joey Bart. Line to center field for a base hit. And he's got a 1-out single here in the 8th.
Now batting, shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
This is Jose Iglesias. And takes that really bad curveball that was basically in the dirt for ball wood. Tying runners at the plate. The leading run is on deck for Vancouver. And it's fouled 1-1. It'll be line, but it's gonna just foul. 5 feet outside the foul pole. Off that swing. And 5 feet to the right, and that's a home run. Sanchez, the DH for Vancouver, is on deck. And line foul by Iglesias. The count is full and spin full for just a couple pitches now. So Trevor got he's 1 strike and he gets out of Iglesias. They're gonna fly ball. That one's gonna go into the corner. Might be a bit of a battle. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Another foul ball. The 9th pitch of the set back. Swinging a fly ball. Down towards center field. O'Neal Cruz are running catch and there's 2 down. Here's Miguel Sanchez. That's a curveball for strike 1. Don't be swinging at pitches, those breaking balls like that. When they have that really extreme break, they go whoop. It's like a hill. It is hard to like tell where to swing your bat at. And there's a foul, and it's 1 and 2. The pitch to the B line. That'll drop down for a base hit. Sanchez is aboard, and there's 2 on for Vancouver. No, that'll bring the leading run to the plate. And they're going to call off Trevor Gott. I think Trevor Gott he got the Knights in rough territory. But now they're on the camera. Here's Trevor McGill. He's going to come in for the New York Knights. Going to try and get out of this jam and keep the Knights' lead intact. Here's Jose Altuve. Knuckle curve for ball 1. Another pitch. We're gonna fly ball. Very high. Not gonna be deep enough. Cruz is on it. He'll make the catch, and that we hit into the bottom of the 8th. The Knights hold on to the 10-8 lead. It's 10-8. So Travis Carpenter coming in for the Grizzlies and try and keep the deficit to 2. So the Grizzlies have a chance to at least tie the game. And there's strike one to Pavin Smith. I'll make sure that they struggle to get hits. No 2 count to Pavin Smith. Swung and a miss, and he got him. There's 1 down. Here's Michael Bush. Forcing him for ball 1. So just 2 warming up in the Grizzly bullpen. And the 1-0 pitch. Flyer, we just missed 2-0. Trying to go in the corner there, and a bit of inaccuracy caused that one to be about a couple inches off the plate. Similar thing outside this time. 3-0. Struggling to find the strike zone here. Forcing it right down Broadway there, 3-1 from Travis Carpenter. Oh, he picked up a bad swing, and the count is full, 3-2. Well, she just needs to not be fooled by the pitch. Got off 3-2, keeps that back going. This is when they try and make you chase. And Michael Bush has to not give in. Tapper foul keeps that back going here with 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Trying to look at get an insurance run. Make sure that they don't get extra innings. That one, nice diving play. And there's 2 down, as Bush is finally retired. And here's O'Neal Cruz coming. Look at diving play, then the run in the throw, just in time to beat Michael Bush. Trying to race to that bag. 2 down, bottom of the 8th. Nice looking for some insurance runs. Final chance is O'Neal Cruz before they gonna lock in and win this game. Defensively, they need to lock down. No mistakes. High pop up on the infield, right at second base, and the catch. And not only the inning, the Knights gonna look to close it out. Really 10-8. We head to the top of the 9th. So 3 outs remain for the Vancouver Grizzlies. They need 2 runs. Here's Samuel McKnight to lead off the 9th. Trevor McGill still on the mound for the Grizzlies. He's only throwing 2. His third pitch. First pitch of this inning, so he only threw 2 in the 8th. We're gonna fly ball foul, and 0-2. Tying run will always be, at the very least, be on deck for Vancouver, so they gotta be real careful. Then rounder towards third. Throw to first. In time, and there's one down. And the Knights looking to even with this. If they win this, they'll even the series at 1 game apiece. Here's Robin Ventura. 2 homers in this ball game. A hitter to be reckoned with. And just looking at that, I'd probably walk him. I would intentionally walk him. I'd be the smart thing to do, but let's see what. Doesn't look like they will. Four-seamer right down Broadway, 0-1. And 99. Probably just going to work on hitting him with sheer speed. The hardest, the fastest pitches. The one that we found off 0-2. There's ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Counts 1-2.
That's the ball.
And knuckle curve just. I think he didn't really account for the break in his knuckle curve. So, or he didn't really account for how much. It went too low, and now it's 2-2. I'm just gonna pace that one down the line, but just called foul. Just probably 3 inches to the right, and that would be fair. So that Knights got lucky. Swing and a miss, he got him. Ventura is retired, and the Knights just are 1 out away from tying this series at 1 game apiece. Spencer Jones, the final out, the final chance for the Grizzlies here in this ball game. Knights lead 10-8. Going 1 to Jones. Spencer Jones 1 for 4 today. We need him to get on base. And we line down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. That one's quite deep in the left field. And Jones with a single. And 2 down. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Leading run is on deck. Going away to 0-1. Those New York Knights fans are on their feet. 2 strikes away from the win. We're gonna fly ball. Oh, just foul. Just gonna turn foul. And they're down to their final strike. Corner called ball 1. And he's mad that's not strike 3. Miguel, he is mouthing off the umpire. I mean, not a great call, but it's hard to tell. We're going to fly ball out towards left field. Cruz is on it. He'll make the catch. Ball game over. And the New York Knights win. The New York Knights hold on. They win 10-8 over the Vancouver Grizzlies. And this series is tied 1 game apiece. And the Knights will look for the win tomorrow. So will the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies took game 1 of this series. And the Knights win game 2 today. 10-8. So forgot with the win. Leonard Chapman with the loss. We go with the save. And I'm Thomas Wilson. I'll see you. Okay. You get the idea. New York. New York. Good night. Goodbye. See ya.